The road to British Olympic cycling glory is not paved in gold.
Whoa, Cavendish upended.
It is strewn with rocks.
Another Sunday in hell.
Setbacks.
I've crashed before. I'll crash again, you know.
And pain.
There's no easy days in cycling anymore.
It's always a battle against myself.
It's about highs and lows.
Shit.
Damaged skin, ripped muscles, and dented dreams. Led by ambitious mastermind Dave Brailsford.
I hate losing. Oh.
In 2012, these British riders achieved a cycling first, winning the Tour de France and, just days later, Olympic gold. In British cycling's most amazing year, this is the inside story of their road of tragedy, survival, and triumph. July 2012. Bradley Wiggins becomes the first British rider to ever win the most demanding cycle race in the world, the Tour de France. In Paris and at home, Brits go mad for Wiggo and for cycling. The world salutes an historic prize, but for the team that earned it, the attempt to rewrite cycling history has only just begun. After a few sips of champagne, Bradley and his British teammates quickly slip away from Paris. They head for Britain. The greatest show on earth, the Olympics, is in just 6 days' time. At their holding camp in the Surrey Hills, the riders will swap professional racing kit for British Olympic colours. The same man who led Team Sky to success in Paris is also the performance director of British cycling. It's a huge combined job, and one many thought impossible for one man to do successfully.
To build a professional team, I can still do the performance director's job. Many people thought I couldn't, and didn't like that at all. And I think that spurred me on even more. You want to prove your doubters wrong.
Some people thought there might be a problem, Dave Brailsford running both the Olympic programme and the Sky programme. It was very ambitious, but then again, Dave Brailsford is a very ambitious guy. He only aims for the top.
Dave took on this double challenge after Beijing 2008, when his Team GB riders first sparked cycling fever with an unprecedented 8-medal gold rush. Two of his current professional team, Bradley Wiggins and Geraint Thomas, won gold here in the team pursuit. In 2012, the pressure is on to match or better these results. The first test will be the road race. It's an event in which Team GB's cycling maestro can exploit the talents of sprinting superstar Mark Cavendish. With 48 hours to go, the team face the press.
It's a dream team. 4 guys who won stage at the Tour de France and the British champion. All guys are incredibly motivated, all guys are incredibly patriotic, all guys are completely loyal to each other.
He's constantly saying what a fantastic team he's got around him. He's motivating us, you know, and so in our minds there's no doubt.
He's a born winner. You know, he thrives on a big stage, and you know, who better to be stepping up than Mark.
Dave, Mark's obviously plan A. There is no plan B, is there?
He's plan A and the rest of the alphabet. You know, we're going to try and win with Mark, simple as that. If we don't win with Mark, we're not winning.
24 hours later, watched by an audience of billions around the world, the man who's rapidly becoming a household name,
Bradley Wiggins,
is honoured with ringing in London 2012. Tomorrow he'll be riding for Mark. Expectations for British triumph and the first gold of the Games are sky high. It's Saturday, the 28th of July, and London is waking up to the first day of competition in the 2012 Olympics. The largest crowd ever gathered for a cycle race in Britain begins to assemble along the 250-kilometre route. Soon it will swell to be 1 million strong. They're here to see if favourite Mark Cavendish and a team of elite British riders can prove the sceptics wrong and dominate the Olympics, just as they dominated the Tour de France. Elsewhere, the nation watches and waits, glued to their TV sets. Everyone from taverners to teammates.
They've all just come out of the Tour, haven't they? Strongest team on paper, isn't it? Strongest 4 guys to ride on the front.
The stage is set. Britain expects. This year's Road to Glory began 7 months ago and 1,000 miles away. Mallorca, January 2012. Dave has brought both his professional road race riders and members of the Olympic team here for intensive training. British riders from his professional squad will provide the core for 2 events where hopes are highest for Olympic gold. One, the Olympic road race, a 6-hour, 250-kilometre marathon. The other, an indoor track event, the Team Pursuit. A high-speed dash where 2 teams of 4 compete head-to-head over just 4 kilometres. Over the coming months, the benefits and fault lines of managing both club and country will be tested. Glory or failure will be on a very public scale.
I like to try and achieve things that haven't been done before. Big challenges, take on sort of challenges which are big enough to scare you, kind of thing, you know.
Let's head out along the coast road and we'll go from there. All right.
The Olympic pursuit team have their own challenges to face, with 7 hopefuls battling for 4 places.
Of course, you've got guys through the year running up to the games who are basically trying to get into the team, and yet having to train and live and race alongside each other, not really knowing who's going to make it, who's not going to make it.
All right, should we go? Bye. See you back there.
Although the Team Pursuit is run indoors, Mallorca's roads allow coach Dan Hunt to build team stamina and unity.
They have to operate as a unit, you know, they have to rely on each other and they have to believe in each other. You know, if you're going to ride your bike at 60k an hour, a couple of inches away from the bloke in front of you, you've got to trust him. Unless the lads pull together and ride with real unity, they're going to lose.
The Team Pursuit is a notoriously close-run contest.
It's going to come down to sort of tenths of seconds. So 4 or 5 years preparation, it's going to come down to about a tyre width.
Choosing the right 4 to ride together is critical.
The stakes are high. There's no point bullshitting people. There's no point telling people that they're good when they're not. Sooner or later, you know, of the 7 blokes here, you're going to have to sit 3 of them down and tell them that, unfortunately for them, it's not going to happen.
Of the 7 riders vying for a place, 3 are members of Brailsford's professional cycling team. Geraint Thomas won Team Pursuit gold with Bradley in Beijing, but still has to earn his chance to retain his title. The youngest, Peter Kenner, is an Olympic rookie, determined these London Games should be his first. Ben Swift, a rising star in road racing, is hoping to turn his talents to the track for the first time.
It takes a certain work ethic and a determination and commitment to be able to get to the level where you can perform in the first place. It's hours and hours of, you know, really, really training hard, and there's no glamour to that. That's a side that people don't see.
The cycling star on whom London's road race hopes are pinned is also in Mallorca. He's one rider who doesn't have to fight for a place in Team GB. The fastest man on 2 wheels, Mark Cavendish has represented his country since 2005.
Every time I put on that jersey, it represents the flag I was born under. You know, I get an immense sense of pride that nothing else feels like that.
Despite huge success elsewhere, at the Beijing Olympics in 2008, Mark was the only British track cyclist not to win a medal. He's set his heart on success on home soil.
To bring a medal home to your country, to do that in London, in front of a home crowd, as a British athlete, it's a massive thing.
Box Hill. This steep Surrey incline on the road race route will be a key battleground for the Olympic glory that means so much to Mark.
You do everything to protect your family, but how clean is your toilet? Now you've got one shot that helps prevent the limescale that germs cling to and gives you a clean you can be sure of. Just damp a gel disc in. Every flush helps keep your toilet clean and fresh. Fresh discs from Duck.
There's a new season and a new range at Argos with thousands of great deals. Like this Bush 24-inch LED TV DVD combi, available in 3 colours for under £150. And save £100 on this Windows 8 Toshiba 8GB laptop, now under £350. Plus, get this Nikon Bridge camera with 26x zoom for under £120. Argos it online, on our tablet and mobile apps, and in our new catalogue.
Wow. In 2011, we started managing the Health Lottery to help good local health causes. Since then, we've invested £48 million and have, throughout Great Britain, raised £29 million for charity. Players have won £52 million so far, with over 100 people scooping our £100,000 Saturday top prize. And we can proudly announce that Health Lottery tickets are staying at just £1 a line. The Health Lottery, a great British lottery.
Sir, Alan in Droitwich doesn't like Mondays.
What do you mean, doesn't like Mondays? On screen, Alan, you hate Mondays because you hate your job, but you should be a beef eater.
Oh, I love beef.
I know.
More coming through, sir.
Accountant, engineer, you should make that move to Dubai.
We're about to hit a stream of recession particles.
Come on, let's take her up a notch. Programmer, phlebotomist, jockey, judge!
The dog market's alive!
Read.co.uk. Love Mondays.
At Simply Health, we recently shared some research suggesting there may be a link between dental health and cardiovascular disease. And with your help, we've now donated over £60,000 to our heart charity. Then you said, why stop there? So now we want to reach £150,000 to fund more research in this area. Simply like us on Facebook, and for every like, we'll give £1 to Heart Research UK. Simply Health. We can be bothered.
We brought the new Lenore to the streets of LA to find out what people think about the long-lasting freshness of Lenore. Take one of those pillows and take a big smell.
They smell really fresh.
Oh, this is hot! It smells clean to me. I'll sleep right here right now.
What if we told you that we washed this sheet 7 days ago?
Days ago?
way.
Are you serious? Oh, no way!
Lenore?
Give me.
Lenore. Give us your sheet and we'll change your bed forever.
I'm dead. It's kind of a bummer.
I don't understand. He's changing. Oh my God, is that him? Yeah. Sup?
We're their food source. They are not becoming vegan.
Dad, he saved my life.
Warm Bodies in cinemas February 8th.
Be dead. It's too much.
How do I get more anti-aging power without adding steps? Olay Total Effects. The new Moisturizer Plus Serum Duo is a powerful combination of a proven cream with the benefit of a serum. Total Effects' most highly concentrated formula ever that fights 7 signs of aging. Now I get more power, not more steps.
A record-breaking moment for Alistair Cook. Has 2300s now. No England player has more.
Drama worth investigating. Brand New Bones. Wednesday at 9 on Sky Living HD.
Share your passions. BlackBerry, empower
partnership with Sky Atlantic HD.
As the countdown to London 2012 ticks on, cycling supremo Dave Brailsford is intent on world domination.
I think for me it's about the quest for continuous improvement, you know, how to get better than everybody else. You know, if you want to be a best in the world or something, you've got to live on the edge.
One of the most hotly contested spots in Team GB is the team pursuit.
This is the blue ribbon event. All of the lads want to ride Team Pursuit. This is a real gold medal winning opportunity for Great Britain. They're desperate to go to a home Olympics. You know, they want to race on home turf. This is the kind of Mount Everest of years for us, really. It don't get any bigger than this.
These riders have to earn their place at London 2012. But Dave's There's No Plan B contender for success in the Olympic road race has a different fight on his hands. With 4 months to go, Mark is in Italy, honing his hill climbing in preparation for the pro circuit road race Milan-San Remo. His professional and national coach, Rod Ellingworth, believes its hilly demands will benefit the Olympic challenge to come.
Mark often uses the phrase, you know, his finish line is at the top of the final climb. So same for like the Olympic Games, you know, his finish line is the last time up Box Hill with 50Ks, something still to go, you know.
The legs that make Mark the fastest man on Earth on the flat are a disadvantage on the hills.
I mean, a guy of his size who's a climber perhaps weighs 55 kilos. You know, at his best, he's 69 kilos, you know, so he's got a lot of muscle on the legs, and that's what sort of powers him along, if you like. Price you pay there is you're perhaps a bit too heavy for the size of him, you know, to go uphill fast. There's a compromise, isn't there?
Rod knows Mark's strengths and weaknesses through 10 years of coaching, man and boy.
He's got this way of telling you, like, you know the old cliche, I'm not angry at you, I'm just disappointed. He's got this way of doing that, and it still, it kills you. If someone was to say name one person who's made you who you are, I'd say Rod.
If you can get over this in good position, it's...
Well, I can't.
No, but as in like the best you can be, that's the thing.
That's why last year.
He's my mentor in life, he's my mentor on the bike.
Under Rod's watchful eye, Mark has become one of the most successful British cyclists of all time, and one of the richest.
I always get a bit nervous when I'm following. There's no room for error, that is for sure.
12 days later, the Italian hills get the better of Mark, and he drops out of Milan-San Remo. In this most important of years, it's a bitter disappointment. Three months remain before Brailsford's boys take to the London stage. Mark is with Bradley Wiggins in Switzerland for the Tour of Romandie. But it is Geraint Thomas who steals the show on the first day of the race.
Voilà, Geraint Thomas qui se baisse. Le patron du Tour. He's a massive talent, always has been, massive talent. When he fixes himself onto a goal, he's very, very determined, very, very determined.
In Beijing 2008, Geraint was one of the GB riders who set the world alight with gold in the team pursuit. Since then, a burgeoning career on the professional road race circuit has had to be balanced with ambitions to retain his Olympic title on the track.
The home Olympics for me was what this year was all about, and definitely being part of Sky helps my chances for the games. It's just given me the freedom to have the best sort of road race program up until the games. If I'd gone to another team, for sure I would have got, you know, tugged left and right and gone to this race and that race and not had the ideal program.
Having a foot in both camps, you know, one in British cycling and the Olympic ambition and Team Sky's ambition, it was very easy for me to sit down with a guy and say, right, what's the goal? What are we going to try and achieve? Let's work from crossing the line with your hands in the air and winning the gold medal, and you work back to try and create this ideal, this absolutely perfect programme to go and win the games.
Also hoping to benefit from Dave's dual stewardship of club and country is Geraint's pro teammate, Ben Swift.
He's remarkable, you know, he's such a positive guy. His desire to compete, you know, and he's got a fighting spirit.
Ben set his heart on a place in the team pursuit in 2012.
To represent Great Britain in your home Olympics, I don't think you can quite understand it until you'll be there.
Ben's cycling ambitions were laid out early.
Started out when I was very young. I always wanted to be on my bike and just loved it, really. I did my first race when I was 3.5, I think. Then did my first ride on the track, and it was just a bit of a whirlwind, really. Just loved it and just wanted to do more and more.
At 23, Peter Kenner is the youngest of the 3 riders vying for a place in the team pursuit.
He's a classy bike rider, Pete. I'm sure he's got a great future in front of him.
He has never competed in the Olympics, but a childhood spent cycling the challenging roads on the Isle of Man has made him a real contender.
Started when I was about 9. I was just saying the other day actually to someone how exciting it was when we used to train over here when we were like 12 or 13, you know, discovering all the different roads.
It was BMX, wasn't it?
BMX when he was 5.
Then mountain biking.
He went away to the national championship, didn't he? And then we got a phone call after the race. I got second by the width of a tyre, and if you'd have been here, I would have won. Oh, you felt dreadful.
You felt guilty, didn't you?
Since London won the Games in 2005, Pete has dreamed of being part of Team GB.
When Pete was on the talent team when he was probably 14, they had a meeting and one of the guys said, if you want to go to the Olympics, then the first thing you'll do is go away and get a book and write down your aims, and this is what he did.
That's how
Peter's road to the Olympics 2012.
All 3 riders are training hard to be part of the team pursuit in London. 2 will be selected, but one rider's lifelong dream is about to disappear. Their coach, Dan Hunt, knows that to deliver Dave Brailsford's ambitious targets, he has to be ruthless.
It's a bit like telling somebody that everything they've worked for in their life is just finished. And it's not something that I think anybody enjoys, but it is a necessary evil of sharpening the spear, as it were, of you know, creating the best team. Sooner or later you have to kind of whittle it down to the final few.
All the training is the hard part where you're sort of trying to prove yourself. It's a shame that some people have to miss out, but when you've got people pushing you for your position, you always find that little bit extra.
The London Games have been their raison d'etre for 7 long years.
I remember sitting in a hotel on the junior squad when it got announced that it was going to be in London, and ever since then I was kind of hoping to be there.
It's been such a long journey now, and we've been talking about it forever. And you know, we're so close now. We're just itching to get on the boards and show what we got.
For Geraint and Pete, that chance will come. They have made the grade and will be going to London. But Ben's dream has come to an end.
Disappointing, obviously, but it was always going to be hard.
To be in contention for going for the London Olympics, I think that was what perhaps made it a little bit harder, because I was so close to getting selected.
You can pretty much throw a blanket over all of these guys and any combination could get up and ride fast, but he's worked really hard. He missed out on selection by the narrowest of margins.
Ben lost out by just 0.2 of a second in a qualifying round.
He contributed massively to the whole project for months and months and months. So he put all that work in and it didn't work out for him.
It was a massive shame because he's been through that whole process of all those guys and made exactly the same sacrifices. He's always going to be part of the team, no matter where we are or what races we're doing.
Geraint Thomas and Pete Kenner may have their chance for Olympic glory, but they still have to do their day job, riding for the pro team, supporting Mark Cavendish, in one of the toughest, longest races in the cycling calendar, the Giro d'Italia. Although they will emerge stronger, fitter riders, it's a high-risk strategy for Team GB. Road racing is unpredictable, hostile and dangerous.
Goss, is that the centre? Oh, it's gone down! Oh, Goss has taken it down! He's gone! Goss is out of this one, it's for everyone else! That's your last little turn! Oh, we got him out down!
Their Olympic coach is forced to sit back and watch while half his Team Pursuit squad battle it out on the roads for 6 hours a day, for days and even weeks on end.
You've got 3 weeks of, 200 odd K a day, bumping and grinding and fighting for the same piece of road as 180 other blokes. There's always crashes. There's always accidents. I just hope that we don't get too much bad luck. You get brought down in a pack, you break your collarbone, that's the end of your Olympics. You slide off on a mountain stage, crash into a wall, that's the end of your Olympics. A lot can go wrong.
The Oak Furnitureland January sale is now on. This solid oak triple wardrobe, amazing value at just $6.99. Massive sale savings on this solid oak sideboard for only $3.95. The incredible Oak Furnitureland sale is online and in stores nationwide. oakfurnitureland.co.uk.
Better. It's a tricky thing to find. You see, it's only when you're curious enough to discover something new that you can find something better. Say hello to better. Say hello to the all-new Toyota Auris. Toyota, always a better way.
When the President of the United States...
Forgive me for not getting up.
...met the King and Queen of England.
Do you mind if I call you Elizabeth? No. No?
They forged a special relationship.
Without some help from us, there soon might not be an England to be king of.
Good luck.
The untold story of a weekend that would change the world. Hyde Park on Hudson.
Heart's down. Looks like he's holding his head. This could be trouble.
Head & Shoulders Itchy Scalp Care Shampoo with eucalyptus extract. Its formula works instantly to help soothe an itchy scalp and keep you up to 100% flake-free. Don't let it drive you mad. Head & Shoulders Itchy Scalp Care. And now the winners of Shampoo Products of the Year. Head & Shoulders 2-in-1 with extra conditioning ingredients. Head & Shoulders 2-in-1.
Short breaks at Centre Parks. To book or for your free DVD and brochure, visit centreparks.co.uk or call now on 08448 262 262.
Listen to me carefully. Your mother and I are going to be taken.
What are you going to do?
What I do best.
Taken 2 on Blu-ray and DVD Monday.
A Febreze experiment. We tested Febreze Fabric Refresher on hard-to-wash fabrics. We took real people to a smelly old second-hand shop to see if it worked.
Take a deep breath. Tell me what you smell.
A wine tasting room.
Newness, freshness. Like when you're cutting into an orange, spritz comes out.
Now go ahead and take your blindfolds off.
Oh my.
Eliminate bad odors in any fabric with Febreze Fabric Refresher, so you can breathe happy.
Good evening. This is Mr. Hitchcock's next film. Are you in or are you out? Audiences want to be shocked. They want something different.
Anthony Hopkins and Helen Mirren
You always know better to plunge the dagger.
Right between the shoulder blades. I learned it from your pictures.
in the Oscar and BAFTA-nominated Hitchcock.
Program's on in 10.
You can watch it online later.
With our broadband.
Yes, because I have changed our provider.
How? Broadband who?
They compare broadband.
You said it was really complicated.
No, I just popped in our postcode and they compared all the best broadband deals in our area.
Impressive.
We compare broadband.
My Aunt St. Mary's?
Not quite.
I have a feeling this is not going to end well.
Brand new Criminal Minds, Monday at 9 on Sky Living HD. And if you missed the last episode, you can catch up on demand now.
You fellas want to kill each other, that's just fine. Don't do it in my town. This is my town, too.
There are things you need to do and things I don't want to see.
There's nothing to hide here. That's what we should be doing. Take a little bit off the top ourselves.
We need to figure out their finances and prove that they're laundering money.
Someone was skimming our skin. I'm sure you would have caught on to that eventually.
Vegas starts 14th of February. New and exclusive to Sky Atlantic HD.
Share your passions. BlackBerry, in partnership with Sky Atlantic HD.
June 2012. At Dave Brailsford's Nerve Centre in Manchester, Olympic coach Dan Hunt can breathe a sigh of relief. Geraint Thomas and Pete Kenner are back safe and sound after their spell of road racing. For Olympic rookie Pete, a 7-year journey to London 2012 is now just 7 weeks away.
All of a sudden just came around so quick. We're just going to be there before we know it. So yeah, I think excitement, maybe a little nerves creeping in just because, you know, what can you do in 7 weeks?
The coach thinks there's a lot to be done.
We're not where we need to be just yet, so we've still got a bit of work ahead of us. We were just sat in a meeting now talking about a ride, and we're in there picking it apart, you know, and trying to find out how we can go better. Everything is analysed to the kind of nth degree.
It's this pursuit of perfection that the boss impresses upon every rider and coach in both his pro and national teams.
If you want to improve and keep on improving, you've got to get the people within the team and the staff and riders in a similar mindset. I've worked at British Cycling for 14 years now. We've learned to work together where it's continuously looking how to improve, and that's the way it is.
Dave watches progress closely. The team pursuit is one event where nothing but gold will do.
From Dave's point of view, all medals are equal, you know, all of the events are equal. Perhaps, you know, men's team pursuit is slightly more equal than others. He is heavily involved both on the ground and obviously in the background as well. OK, well done, guys. Well done.
Dave's scrutiny covers all 18 of the Olympic cycling events he manages.
People forget that I also run the mountain bike programme, BMX programme, and a track programme, and, you know, I basically try and get the right people in the right jobs, create a structure, decide what our goals should be, and then ask questions, you know, how are we going to improve and support them to improve, and if they can't improve, get rid of them, get somebody else who can improve.
Road race coach Rod Ellingworth must be doing something right. He has survived the best part of a decade working with Dave.
Should be pretty good. He gives you the responsibility. Some people really like that, some people don't like it, you know. But is he a control freak? Possibly. You know, he has to. He knows everything.
With just 5 weeks to go before the Olympic road race, Rod is in Surrey with Mark Cavendish to recce the route.
This is the big hit. You know, from British cycling point of view, we've got to win this race, and Mark's our best option for sure.
They are focusing on the toughest section of the course, a steep climb up Box Hill. But all's not well with Mark.
You feel shit? How are you feeling now? Any better? You know, when you set out as when you feel a bit shit, like you seem to be riding quite hard as well at the beginning. He's nervous. This is a hell of a challenge for him. Not going to be easy.
Mallorca. But this is no holiday. The team pursuit squad are here again for some serious work.
OK then, guys, so we'll roll out from here, straight down to the coast road, round the bypass, bottom of Formentor, and then from the second hairpin at the 3 signs, start your first effort. Go on, let's make it count. 100% every time. This specific session's geared around the tolerance of lactic acid in the muscles, being able to pedal and being able to keep going despite increasing fatigue. And that's no different to the last 2 laps of a team pursuit. You're working at your 100% at maximum, but you have to just keep going. Right up, mate. A lot of people see the Great Britain cycling team and see these lads winning, you see the flags, you see people cheering. What people never see is the sort of suffering that happens behind the scenes and the endless hours and weeks and months that we spend out here. It is hard, it's bloody hard.
Now that the Olympics are only weeks away, the team allow themselves to look beyond the all-important games. Geraint Thomas will be leaving the world of track cycling behind in favour of a new challenge.
Last training camp, though, ever?
Yep.
Potentially?
Yep.
Sad times.
You'll never do a training camp with me ever again. After all these years.
Geraint has been training with Ed Clancy since 2004.
I drop in and...
But after the London Games, he'll be focusing full-time on his career in the lucrative world of professional road racing.
So when do you think you'll win the Tour de France?
2 years' time. Yeah.
Put a quid on you.
Geraint's progress over the last 8 years has been closely followed by Dave.
He's a hell of an asset for British cycling and Team Sky, that's for sure. He's got huge potential on the road, huge opportunities, and I think he really wants to get stuck into that.
Geraint will be joining the likes of Chris Froome, who is already hot on the heels of Tour de France winner Bradley Wiggins.
Froome is, you know, well on the way to winning the Tour. Definitely every year we're just making, you know, small steps up all the time.
The Brits are becoming invincible, with an unprecedented victory at the Tour de France achieved. Dave Brailsford's ability to manage both club and country is speeding towards an incredible conclusion. While others celebrate the monumental triumph on the Champs-Élysées, the British team have to hot-tail it back to England to take on the biggest race in British cycling's history, the Olympic Road Race. At the press conference just 48 hours before it begins, all eyes are on Mark to earn Great Britain's first gold medal of the Games.
All the training, everything that he's done since the start of this season has been, this event has taken priority. He knows it's a big occasion. And as always for Mark, you know, if he loses by half a wheel, he's failed, if you like. But if he gets second, OK, get a medal, but that's still failure in his eyes.
As dawn breaks on the London 2012 Olympics, 1 million mass along the route to see if Mark can do the impossible. Follow the success of the pro team with a British victory on an international scale. Millions more around the world tune in their TVs. In Spain, Ben Swift watches with interest.
You've got Cav, he's the fastest sprinter in the world. And if anyone's going to win this, it's going to be Cav.
But no gold is ever guaranteed.
This was the big one for Mark Cavendish. The country was euphoric after the Tour de France, but it was a very difficult race. This was not going to be easy.
The team riding for Queen and country appear more than up to the challenge.
They know they've got a hard job coming up, but I think everybody's eager to get going. And
for the first 5 hours and 200 kilometres, everything goes exactly to plan. Mark comfortably manages the last of 9 steep laps on Box Hill. With 50 kilometres of flat road in front of them, the team are perfectly placed to catch a small group of riders that are powered ahead.
In any normal race, you'd expect the bigger group to catch the smaller group because you'd have more people riding hard at the front to make that happen.
But only the British riders are doing the work required. All the other nations are sheltering in their slipstream.
Instead of 80 riders chasing 30, you effectively had 5 British riders chasing 30, and that was altogether a different scenario.
I don't think they're going to catch this break back.
Definitely not.
You know, you could see it sort of falling apart and not that they weren't really going to do it.
Uh-oh. Wiggins blown, he has, hasn't he? He's out of the pack. Can't pedal anymore.
They rode their guts out. You've never seen 4 or 5 blokes ride so hard.
The British Dream Team couldn't catch the lead group for Mark to sprint first over the finish line.
I'm not sure Britain could have done much more than they did. They might have possibly contemplated a plan B, but they decided to put all their eggs in one basket.
You know, we rode to a given plan. It was always a bit of a gamble. And this time it didn't pay off. But that's sport, isn't it?
The race was won by Kazakhstan's Alexander Vinokurov. Mark finished 29th.
It would be very unfair to say Mark Cavendish failed in that race. Cav on the day rode exceptionally well. You know, he'd got himself very light, very fit. He sailed up Box Hill.
Our goal was to win that Olympic road race. Mark Cavendish got on the line the best he's ever been in his life. They were all super disappointed. You know, they just sat there silent for a good while.
Gutted because of what's happened today. Bitterly disappointed.
Those who doubted Dave's ability to manage both pro and national teams successfully have been given grist to their mill.
Citroën DS3. Add some colour to your life. Now add even more colour to your life with the new Citroën DS3 Red Special Edition.
Oh, bad luck, old chap. Perhaps you should have gotten a personalised Valentine's Day card from the dogsdoodars.com. Simply change the highlighted text, type in whatever you fancy as a headline, and before you know it, you'll be personalising a pencil. So, whether you use your own picky, get lovey-dovey, or even be a little... Send a personalised Valentine's Day card from the Dogs Doodars and you'll soon be knee-deep in snog juice. The dogsdoodars.com. It's easy peasy, buttock squeezy.
We brought the new Lenore to the streets of LA to find out what people think about the long-lasting freshness of Lenore. Take one of those pillows and take a big smell.
They smell really fresh.
Oh, this is hot!
It smells clean to me. I'll sleep right here right now.
What if we told you that we washed this sheet 7 days ago?
No way.
Are you serious? Oh, no way!
Lenore?
Give me.
Lenore. Give us your sheet and we'll change your bed forever.
We know that time with your children is precious. So make memories that will last a lifetime. Book your Walt Disney World Florida holiday now and dine for free. And if you book by the 5th of February, get an extra $100 Disney spending money. Visit disneypackages.co.uk.
Program's on in 10.
You can watch it online later.
With our broadband.
Yes, because I have changed our provider.
How? Broadband who?
They compare broadband.
You said it was really complicated.
No, I just popped in our postcode and they compared all the best broadband deals in our area.
Impressive.
We compare broadband.
I'm Kevin Bacon, center of the universe, connected to everything, everywhere. Shh, check this out. I was in Flatliners. I stopped my heartbeat. So did ITV. Stopped it after 18 series. Order a number 18 and you get stir-fried chili chicken. That's one hot chick, but it'll never be as hot as a cast of Hollyoaks. As soon as the curtains are drawn, they're at it, quick as a flash. Super fast connections. That's what happens when you build the only network with fiber broadband and 4G. Mom's streaming HD TV. The kids are gaming live with their mates. And Dad's in the park watching Tremors on 4G. Super fast mobile 4G and fiber, only on EE.
At 9 on Sky Atlantic, Danny's on the case of a college campus executioner in brand new Blue Bloods. On Sky 1 HD, the team investigates the death of a polo player in a Hawaii 5-0 catch-up. While over on Sky Arts 1, a chilling look at how the fate of the world can be decided by an unelected few in Playhouse Presents The Man. And on Sky 3D, there's another chance to witness the miracle of evolution in Galapagos 3D with David Attenborough. It's all at 9, it's all on Sky.
Share your passions. BlackBerry, in partnership with Sky Atlantic HD.
Despite great expectations, world champion Mark Cavendish has been denied a medal in the Olympic road race. A disappointed country and fellow teammates are shocked and dismayed. This isn't how it was supposed to be.
You can't fault the GB boys there. They tried everything, didn't they? They rode their hearts out. But it's just a shame that the breakaway was so strong, you know?
It was hard to watch, you know, for Cav to know he'd put a lot into that, and he really wanted it, and unfortunately it didn't happen.
Years of preparation, and I know it's all that's been on Cav's mind this year, and it's just a shame, you know.
It was a disappointing start for Dave Brailsford in a race that a lot of people thought they were going to win. It just showed straight away that there were going to be no easy medals at the London Olympics.
The next day, Lizzie Armistead battles torrential rain in the women's road race to restore national pride with Britain's first medal of the Games. For cycling gold, the country must wait for Bradley Wiggins' time trial, 3 days away. In Manchester, Geraint Thomas's last preparations for the Olympic team pursuit mark the end of 8 years on the track. After the Games, he will focus on the professional road race.
Bit of an end of an era, really. Just final day of training in Manchester, really, before we sort of get all the Team GB kit on and you know, start to get a bit nervous and, yeah, excited.
He came in as a young lad, 18. Since then, he's become world champion, Olympic champion, world champion again. He's a fantastic bike rider. And this place helped build and shape his career, so I'm sure that he'll feel a certain twinge of emotion or nostalgia as he walks out of here for the last time.
I would act sad, but I'm not. Last time I have to hang around with these boys.
The good thing with these guys is, you know, they've kind of lived in a kind of pressure environment since they were kind of 14 years old. They know that the best way of dealing with this is to make light of it. These guys will be taking the mickey out of each other on their way to the start line. You know, it's their way of kind of just depressurising the situation.
How many laps have we done?
11,471, but you missed that one session, so you're down to 11:56.
Done a lot. Eight years worth of training, so.
You become like a family at this stage of the game because you've lived together and worked together, and that's just one squad within the wider team. You know, I feel nervous every time Chris Hoy gets up there. You know, I get nervous every time Vicky Pendleton, because you want them to do well, because you've seen how hard they've trained, you see how much they've invested, you know, and how easy it would have been to take the easy route out on so many occasions, but you've seen them dig in. All right, see you in Newport then, guys, yeah? All right, if you need anything, just give us a shout.
The pursuit team will next meet at their Olympic holding camp. As the games play on, there are huge expectations for the next great hope for gold on the road. No Brit has ever won the Olympic time trial, but then no Brit had ever won the Tour de France. Just 4 days after giving all he had to support Mark Cavendish, Bradley steps up. The time trial is his speciality. 10 days after his historic win in Paris, Bradley counters Dave's critics, claiming his 4th Olympic gold.
For Bradley to win the Tour, then step up and win the time trial at a home Olympic Games, that's just incredible, incredible.
Bradley rides into the record books, overtaking Sir Stephen Redgrave to become one of Britain's most successful Olympians of all time.
When I was a kid, I mean, I dreamed of doing it. It's what I wanted to do, but I never imagined that it would become a reality. The Olympics is so special to come here every 4 years and be able to wear the British tracksuit. I mean, I just love it.
Bradley's place in history is secure. His triumph rocket fuel to those still to compete.
When Bradley won the time trial, it's just like we just took a lot of inspiration from that, and we just wanted to get out there and show everyone what we could do as well.
Brad winning gold was just phenomenal. But there's that, well, if he can do it, we can do it.
It's the team pursuit on day 7 that will most strongly shine the spotlight on Dave's ability to manage both club and country. At their holding camp in Newport, Dan Hunt and the riders are trying to deal with the pressure.
Your thoughts are dominated with negativity, but sometimes you think, you know, well, yeah, what if you do win? But again, that's just as irrational as thinking, what if we lose? Being here in the quiet and just getting on with our own little world in our own little bubble is probably the biggest threat that faces us as a team, because we're about to emerge from Newport where it's nice and calm, nice and relaxed, and we're going to go and be dropped into, you know, a melee of 10,000 people and 15,000 athletes. And then obviously we've got the pressures of competition, then we've got all the people that have come in to watch us, we've got friends and family, you know, we've got TVs, we've got all those things. Staff meeting the other day, and Dave B said something that was absolutely spot on, really. You know, this is a race just like any other. It's just got a different title to it. You can look after yourselves and look after your teammates, and we'll go out there and we'll be awesome.
Let's get out there and kick some ass.
The track team leave the quiet air of their holding camp to join Dave Brailsford in the deafening Olympic velodrome.
The atmosphere inside the velodrome in London was unlike anything that any of us, and I think any of the teams, to be honest, had ever experienced. It was electric. The noise was incredible. You knew that this is a unique experience. It's never going to happen again.
The atmosphere in the stadium, you know, all that buzz, it was just like rock stars for a couple of minutes, really. It was just crazy, yeah.
You just sort of get a general feeling around the place like you're actually never going to lose.
You know, that countdown when you're on the line, you just feel every single heartbeat, and then you can just feel this, like, it's just building up in your body, building up, and then finally you go, and it's just a massive release.
In front of a packed velodrome, Geraint and Pete and their teammates smash their own team pursuit world record to win gold.
It was an incredible feeling to cross that line first and have that whole stadium just on their feet, just going mental. It's crazy.
For Geraint, 8 years track cycling ends on a high with his second Olympic gold medal.
When you're getting your medal on the ceremony, you know, and you've actually got it around your neck, and it's that big chunky piece of gold, and yeah, that's when you realise, you know, all those hard yards worth it in the end. So it's been a long journey and a lot of hard work.
It's the kind of stuff that dreams are made of, really, and I don't think I'll experience anything like that again in my life.
Dave has confounded the doubters once and for all, leading Great Britain to 8 times as many cycling gold medals as any other nation, and shattering 8 world records.
To back up Beijing's Olympic performance with what we've just done in London, that's got to be up there as one of the best, team performances, I think, and that's very satisfying. Working out as I work or have worked for the last 4 years has been, it's been 110%. It really has. I've given it my all. I have not left any stone unturned.
What Brailsford's done for British cycling and for Team Sky is absolutely incredible. None of this could have happened without Brailsford. He's a big reason why there's that group that there is now.
He's led teams to win Tour de France and be very dominant at the Olympic Games, all in the same year, against a massive tide of people who have said right from the beginning that you won't be able to do that. So I got a lot of admiration for the guy, a lot of respect.
Did he succeed? He succeeded gloriously. He got 8 gold medals. He got 1st and 2nd in the Tour de France, 2 years ahead of time. The most glorious season in British cycling history. It was a triumph, nothing less.
In 2012, British riders have dominated the world stage, sweeping all before them. New records have been set, and new sporting heroes have emerged. The road to this glory has often been rocky and hard. The climb to the heights accompanied always by pain, and sometimes by heartache. Some of Dave's dream team seem now set for new challenges. For others, the challenge will be defending their freshly minted titles. For Dave, it's been a year when British cycling and British riders came of age.
Seems like most of Britain was rejoicing in what happened. That was like, blimey, that was good.
It's going right to the wire as Sky Sports 1 HD brings you all-day live coverage of football's biggest market. That's it, it's football's